Welcome to the Blizzard Arena.
And the quest for a champion begins today.
The anticipation has been building, and it is finally time. We are live.
Are you ready?
That is a really...
Can you get over the roof there?
Oh my.
Oh
my, what a play, what a grab!
Another jump here on the high ground. Super goes forward, but gets stunned up. The EMP comes in, and Ding, he rains down hell from above.
Here comes Pine. Gets one, gets two. Looking for a bit more, gets another one.
Tuno down again. That heralds disaster generally for the fusion, and Carpe wasn't far behind. Vet, he's killed 4 players now on his own.
From Vancouver, locks him in the sound barrier. Sound huge. Another bomb coming in from John. Oh my God, he does it again.
Flutter now moving onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot after headshot after headshot.
Okay, I like this for the Gladiators. We're going to try and circle around. I'm going to call this the merry-go-round because it makes me laugh. Makes me happy, and Sean Paul switches to the Widowmaker at just the right time!
Oh, the Raven.
I'm the best fish in the world.
Oh my word.
I mean, you could have told me that you spoke English, honestly.
The fans never thought they'd see this day. It took 43 matches. Feels like a really emotional moment here.
Alright. Welcome to the live stream that I do every Thursday around this time. So first off, welcome to the people that are in here already. And second, we're going to first just react to the Lord of the Rings trailer that just came out as of an hour ago. So
All Middle-earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring. But 200 years before that,
Riders of the Mark! Brothers of Rohan!
there was an older tale.
Arise!
We come with an offer to strengthen Rohan.
Hera, daughter of Helm, I, Wolf, seek your hand in marriage.
Our fathers speak as if I were not even in the room. I do not want to marry you.
You do not seek an alliance. You seek a throne. You will live to regret this, old man. He's dead. You will pay for this with your life.
The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone. Fire!
There's so many of them. I pledged to fight for my king.
You know nothing of war.
I'm the fastest rider you have.
People need hope, Hera. Something to believe in.
My pride. My joy. You could rule the world. You think I am afraid of you?
You should be.
What does Mordor want with rings? Rated team.
okay, so first thoughts is I hope it's good. It's made by anime person and Peter Jackson, so could be good, but also it's Lord of the Rings, so right now it's with the Rings of Power in that it's kind of concerning, but I hope I'm trusting it's good because it's also Rohirrim, so that's my hoping. So now we're going to be we're gonna actually look at this Harry Potter game also. We're gonna just react to some trailers for the first two is gonna be just trailer reactions. I mean, there's only 2 trailers I'm reacting to, then the rest. So there we go.
Captivated by it in the books. Then, the movies made you dream of playing. Now, it's finally your chance to take flight and play Quidditch for yourself in the video game, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Play as iconic characters like Harry Potter, Draco Malfoy, Ron Weasley, and many more. You can even create your very own original character. Dodge opponents and score goals as a cunning chaser. Lead your team's defense as a keeper. As the intimidating beater, you control the pace of play. Or step into Harry Potter's role for yourself as your team's seeker. From the Weasley family burrow to the Quidditch World Cup, you'll compete inside venues you've seen in the movies, as well as places you've only read about in the books. Your path to become a Quidditch legend has officially begun. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, available beginning September 3rd on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Okay, none of that. Okay, anyway, esports in the making, first off. I mean, it's a bit too cartoony, and apart from some things I've seen in the game, I mean, it looks fine. We will see how it goes, but I expect there's gonna be there's gonna be a competitive scene, I guarantee. So, for those two trailers, out of the way, now we're gonna talk about Acolyte being canned because Disney realized that it actually was a piece of crap. Wait till they make comic books to explain everything that happened, because they do that a lot.
From Leslie Headland Raptit's run on Disney Plus. The news is not entirely surprising. The Acolyte did okay with critics, 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, but divided fans, which was reflected in its overall
Divided is an understatement.
viewership. Driven by the interest into the venerable space franchise, the Acolyte got off to a strong start when it launched June 4th with 2 episodes, generating 4.8 million views in its first day on the streamer, to rank as the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. It goes on, and then the series made its debut in Nielsen's top 10 original chart in its premiere week at number 7, climbing to number 6 the following week. And
they dropped out on week 3.
But the Acolyte could not sustain momentum, dropping out of the top 10 in week 3. Week 3 of the series, it dropped out of and staying off before returning to number 10 after the release of the final the series finale. So, Alan, what are your thoughts on this? This is not a shock. I don't think it's a shock for you.
No.
What do you think?
No, I mean, look, they like to blame us, but the reality is, if no one saw your show, no one's going to make more of that show. I mean, this is the thing that I don't understand.
Here's the awesome thing. They were saying we were irrelevant during the show when it was airing. And after it aired, they're like, you didn't matter, you're irrelevant, you don't matter. But as soon as it got canceled, somehow we were the reason it got canceled. You grifters, you alt-right, you racist, blah, 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 blah. Somehow it's our fault that it got canceled. Hey, not my fault. I mean, I watched it just to roast it. It's not my fault. No, the people that pretended to be fans of Star Wars didn't actually watch it. It's not my fault. Y'all didn't watch it after preaching about it online. It's not my fault. Barely anyone watched it, and even the normies that watched it didn't like it. It's not my fault. It's your fault that you didn't have enough people. Maybe, just maybe, you were not the majority after all. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's what it looks like. That you were the minority, even though you said there was more of us. Clearly, there wasn't. But hey, it's our fault.
Understand, or I guess I do understand it from the young people. is that if you're old like me and have seen a lot of television, you're used to your favorite shows getting canceled, and you're used to the reason for
That is accurate. It happens a lot.
justified or unjustified. It's happened to us dozens, if not hundreds of times. And I don't know what it is about the youth today where they can't handle a show getting canceled. And when they can't handle a show getting canceled for obvious reasons, such as no one but them watched it. And then
Also, someone who watches K-dramas consistently, like every day or every week, the thing about that is you're expecting there's only going to be one season, and you're surprised if you get a second. You're lucky if you even get a third season, because, well, they mostly make it one season specifically, and maybe there's a second season. Usually, it doesn't happen. That's like what I can think of, like what, 4 off the top of my head, 4 that have actually gotten more than one season. And all of them are good. They deserve the second or third season. Not saying, but you make your show. I mean, there's a reason the first episode's called a pilot, and you make your show expecting to not get a second, so you have everything out, and so there's no plot holes. Unless you're like Rings of Power or something like that, where you already know you're getting a second season already. You make your show expecting it to be one season only.
then let's add on to it the whole if that fight between Keemer and Sol was the best lightsaber duel since Duel of the Fates, then you don't know anything about good storytelling.
If you watch Alchemy of Souls, which is what I watched, it has the opening fight scene is better than anything this show came up with. I mean, that's not a high bar, but it is Star Wars level fight scene, or they have Star Wars level fight scene. It might as well, because Star Wars isn't Star Wars anymore.
And you don't know anything about good sword fighting. The fact that to think that the stuff you watch now and your favorite stuff is the best thing that ever happened in art ever, just goes to show that we're not exposing our youth to great work. And we need to start doing that. And I'm damned if I'm going to get my daughter to watch a lot of these older films because she needs a better diet of movies.
That may be the silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, look, I don't think that any reasonable person, even a non-Star Wars fan, I don't see any reasonable person concluding that this show is worthwhile.
Well, drop off
the deserve to fail.
Let me just insert that to drop off the top 10 on the third week shows that the first 3 episodes didn't hold any attention, and that people knew that this was not a show worth following.
Yes. And so we should seek out things that are better. That's why you that's why you subscribe to this channel. You can hear about movies like Strange Darling, which we'll talk about on Friday.
Ooh, drop in. Yeah, probably as well. It feels like they couldn't have canceled it, or they couldn't drop it off even if they wanted to. So they're just like, let's just rip off the Band-Aid and get it over with. Because, the one thing I do not think is going to happen is that Disney is going to do what they did to Willow. Because unlike Willow, Star Wars is a big franchise, and after all the talking about diversity thing, and if they remove it, it's going to be a storm badly. And Star Wars is more popular than Willow. Just Willow is kind of a niche thing. Star Wars is big, so I don't think they'll do what they did to Willow, but they did to. I don't think they'll Willow it, as we're calling it now.
Or other indie movies that we discuss, or television shows. We want to point to and celebrate media worth celebrating. Sounds like something Kamala would say. I used the same word in a sentence twice. But no, we want better stuff. How do we get better stuff? Talk about the stuff that's great and really the stuff that is not, it needs to be pointed out.
Yeah. And it also shows the fact that the youth today, the emerging artists, storytellers, and directors have no clue what they're doing. To think that this is a great show and to go in and tout it as a great show and as the best thing ever tells you that the state of the future of television is in not good hands, is in bad hands.
If you think this is good television, anyone thinks this, I mean, fine. You want to think it's you like it, that's fine, but don't claim it as good, because I think anyone with a working brain realizes this show is just objectively terrible.
Sorry to be so blunt.
No, well, people, look, you were the canary in the coal mine. I received on a weekend, and Alan and I, we talked during the week.
Yeah, in the series be printed. Yeah, they'll probably either put, what they'll do is, I don't think they'll remove it from Disney, but what they'll do instead is probably try to put in comics and be like, hey, we're still using the characters, or just straight up never refer to it ever again. But they won't decanonize it. They won't retcon it because, they can't do that. If they haven't done the sequels, they're not going to retcon this. They'll just try to... I mean, they might try to course correct, but they're not going to retcon completely. They'll just try to fix it in a BS way, like how The Mandalorian was basically trying to make the sequels make sense. So they're going to try to make this make sense in terms of the prequels, even though they've already basically destroyed that. I mean, so they'll try to make it make sense, but it's never going to make sense.
We usually don't chat on the weekends. I like to give Alan his space. I don't want to be a chatty texter always. I knew it was serious. You texted me on Saturday and you said Star Wars is dead. And then you proceeded to tell me about episode 3 of The Acolyte. I couldn't believe it. And I had access to the early access to screeners. Yeah. I watched all the episodes on that Sunday based on what you said. I could not believe what I saw. And then we talked about it that week, but you were the canary.
Yeah. I went on a Twitter rage or an X rage. Yeah.
And here we are at the very end. The beginning was our early review. The end is, my God, that's over. It's canceled. What do you think this means for all the creatives involved? Like, does this hurt Leslie Headland? People in Hollywood tend to fail upwards. They tend to fail upwards.
Yeah. I mean, this exposes her weaknesses, which seems to be everything. In terms of, I mean, look, she had success coming into this, moderate success with, was it, I forget the name.
Russian Doll. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. It again, it makes me wonder what is happening in writers' rooms, what is happening behind the scenes in Hollywood today. And what is happening, and I've mentioned this too many times, but what is happening in college, in the institutions of learning where they're supposed to be, honing their skills. I mean, I know what it is. When you go to school, you're supposed to look back in the past and see what was great and how stories were being told, and kind of critically think about it into your own style. Do I want to be Francis Ford Coppola? Well, what did he do right that I can apply into my own craft? And I don't think they're doing it. It's almost as if what will be has been unburdened by what has been.
Well, we will not be burdened with more of The Acolyte, and that's
right. Yeah, I would just, as Ryan from Arcade Outpost says, just destroy everything post George Lucas just ruined that. Just destroy it. That includes the Clone Wars. I used to be like, hey, what? Keep the Clone Wars. It's good. No, remove that too as well. Actually, I would say no. Actually, I'd say keep it because it is George Lucas's stuff. But even though I don't like it anymore, actually just remove the Disney aspect of Clone Wars. Or the then again, Dave Filoni did screw most of it. But anyway.
This story here was put together. It's a montage of reactions to the Acolyte getting canceled. This is from Steph at My Nerdy Home. Hey, Steph, thank you. She put together this montage. It's a little over 2 minutes. We'll play this montage.
Shout out to Steph.
Montage here. Alan, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, wait, let me back it up. Here we go. We will watch this together and get more of your Acolyte comments after.
So the Acolyte was canceled.
It's definitely because incels didn't like two people of color holding hands. We're not going to forget that.
They've hit the second tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. As much as I did enjoy there's way too much that kind of helps Disney, or there's like, especially the last 3 seasons, or especially 6 and 7. I mean, as much as I enjoyed it, there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense in it that just kind of is wanky. So I'd say get rid of Clone Wars as well. Anything past George Lucas buying it, including Clone Wars, just gets ripped. And we start over. That's what I'd do.
It was set up to fail from the beginning.
I still think it's funny that it happened on his birthday.
When the Acolyte was first announced as a
Poor guy.
female-run show with Leslie Headland at the helm,
Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, mind you.
starring a black femme and a diverse cast of characters, unlike we had seen in a Star Wars project before, the review bombers took to the internet before the show.
Because we knew. I mean, I don't review bomb, but most people saw the writing on the wall and knew it was going to be crap anyway. Just saying.
Even had a chance to air.
Is it worth the price?
Ryan, Kendall, and Jeremy. The first.
I understand that it got review bombed to an insane degree.
Because it deserved to get review bombed because it was a piece of crap.
By so many people who were hating on it just because of what.
Hey, have you heard of review boosting, where people like something and they review it positively? That also exists, review bombing in a good way. I'm not sure if you know about that.
Seems like internal prejudice.
Amanda Stenberg, who not only gave a phenomenal performance as Osha, but also as her twin sister May, had no choice.
It was dumb. Okay. Again, burn. Yeah. Just keep the 6 movies, and that's it. And 6 movies, and I guess the EU. Anything other than, not even Rogue One, which people are like, hey, it's a good Disney movie. Burn anything Disney, and just keep the original 6.
But to stick up for themselves and defend herself against the vitriol and bigotry that she.
Yes, the bigotry, guys. The bigotry. Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I have to announce I'm a bigot because I hate the Acolyte. I'm sorry.
She was receiving because Lucasfilm did not protect her.
Hey, it's her fault she made the diss track hating on fans and dishing it. Hey, as the saying goes, don't dish what you can't take. You put out a diss track hating on fans for saying the Acolyte was crap. The Acolyte was. It got canceled, and you can't take the heat. sorry, it was gonna happen. You were gonna get heat regardless. Even if it was good, maybe less heat. But since it's bad, you're gonna get major heat for hating on the fans. You get what you kind of asked for it. I'm just saying.
The supposed Star Wars fans were divided, and by that,
I'd say more united than divided. I've never seen the Star Wars fan this united. It's probably Last Jedi, or no, wait, before Last Jedi.
I mean incels of the internet and of Twitter.
Managed to
yes.
pull off enemies to lovers so well.
Lucas
No, they didn't. Have you watched a Hallmark movie?
film didn't do anything to protect the cast and the crew of the Acolyte.
Why can't the girls have fun things?
We can't. This was the thing. You didn't watch it. What are you talking about?
For the girlies. Why?
Because you didn't watch it. It's that easy. Disney gave you something that you said you'd enjoy. That's for gay, I guess the gays, I don't know what you want to say. But you didn't watch it. That's your fault. Not ours. It's not our job to help a show get... I mean, if the show was actually good, there'd probably be a second season. But since it wasn't, and barely anyone watched it except content people making content gold, it got scrapped. Shouldn't be surprising.
but it just shows how fragile you guys are to storytelling.
And it was for the girls on board.
I mean, her acting ability is the equivalent of a block of wood. The only good actor, or the only two, the only main person that actually was known is the guy who can't even speak English and only learned English for this role. So you have a Korean guy who is the best actor who's learning English for this show. Okay, that's insulting. I mean, but yeah, I mean, at least Kristen Stewart is able to actually have some emotion in some of the stuff she's done. The only other thing I know her from is Hunger Games when she was like, 12, 11? So, and she had the same emotion throughout the entire show. There was nothing.
Board. Leslie Headland was so dedicated as a fan of Star Wars.
She's not. She literally said, I like all the Star Wars, and didn't give it one movie name. She said R2-D2 is a lesbian. R2-D2 is a robot. He can't have sexuality. What are you talking about?
So when Mother Anicia says this quote, and the whole show is literally about people of color.
Where did you get that from? I want to know.
Ask me what I'm about to do. I'm about to cry. Thank you for asking.
I don't care about what the incel said.
You guys bullied.
Hey, you should have asked. You should have cared and listened to us. Hey.
Amanda Stenberg so bad.
The Acolyte, it was kind of to be expected considering how it is set in the universe that has, if not one of then the most toxic fan base like ever.
To receive this news, I like him.
I am mourning the fact that we're not getting any more Khmer edits because we're not going to get any more source material.
What do you mean? It wasn't bringing in the view.
The viewership was not bad. The precedent this is setting.
Yeah, it was bad. It had 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a bad viewership. I mean, it didn't even break the top 10 after. What are you talking about? The viewership wasn't bad. It was the lowest viewed Disney Plus show. That's bad. Especially with Ahsoka being meh, like 50% or something.
Is very scary and very concerning. What Lucasfilm is doing with this decision is allowing the bigots to win, allowing the bigots to run with this and decide.
The fans are always right. If you mean my bigots, you mean the actual Star Wars fans? Then yes, we are right. We have always been right. We are proven right once again.
Even if that's that's not the original intention of canceling the show, that they have won, that they are correct, that Star Wars needs to be white and male, and it.
Hey, we didn't say that. We just said make a good Star Wars show. If this show was actually a good Star Wars show and actually a good plot, I mean, the main character needed to act for one. I mean, a good plot. It actually made sense. They didn't destroy the lore. And if it was actually, on the first basis, an actually good show, we wouldn't be complaining. But since it's horrendously bad, of course we're going to talk about it.
It can't be anything else.
Okay.
By the way, as one of the people who watches, I only watch Korean stuff. There's no white people in those shows. Maybe like one or two. And that's usually if you're going to like a different country, or maybe there's someone in the show that's happens to be visiting Korea, or you go to like, I don't know, Germany, let's say, for one show. Yeah, there's barely any white people in those shows. So you're wrong on that one.
Hey.
By the way, let me address review bombing.
Please, I have a couple thoughts. Go ahead, Alan.
Okay, review bombing. So when the Acolyte first came out, I believe it was 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Review bombing?
It was 98% before any of us normal people got to watch it. And then when it came out, it went lower and lower and lower. And then it went to 10%. Episode 5 came out. Then the finale, then it went to, I think, 18 or something, 15.
I mean, I would say it was the exact opposite of review bombing. It got a score that it didn't deserve. Even if it was an average show, it wasn't going to get a 98%. And now it's at 78. But review bombed and...
Okay, let's check where it's at right now. No, that's IMDb. Okay. On Rotten, it's 18. Okay, 18% all audience. Okay, so 72 top, 78 all. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about this show that made these people melt down like that, because their shows have come and gone.
It's, I guess, gay, and I guess we were roasting it. They were so desperate for it to be good because we all hated it, that when it eventually failed, they're all mad.
For the last 100 years.
Because society has been infused with bad ideas. The bad idea is this: a character that I see on screen must look like me in order for me to identify with that character. I mean, I'm not a woman, but I identified with Ripley from Alien, identified with other female characters I've seen in films, or characters that were not white. There were black characters that were great characters. I don't need to look like someone on screen to identify or empathize with the protagonist. And we've been taught this terrible idea that in order for us to have empathy for the lead character, they must look exactly like us. Play a video game where you can design your character. And if Osha and May were really well-rounded, amazing characters, you would have been all on board with them. All on board with them and what they were doing. And they would have been, look, Princess Leia is a really great character. You know, there are other great female characters in Star Wars. This isn't new. And I'll tell you how the Acolyte could have been successful. I'll tell you right now. Instead of making what they determined to be you make the exact same show, the same script, the same actors, you make it for 18 million instead of 180 million. And you know what? It would have been a success. You scale the budget for the audience that exists. What this show proved is that this audience that claims to want this stuff, it's a small audience, maybe even less than we initially thought. This is a very, very, very tiny audience. Make shows for them, but make them at the budget that would make it make sense. Final thoughts, Alan, will go to comment.
Yeah. Well, I'll piggyback off what you said. This is a bad precedent. Why? Because people of color, A, can't stay on budget, and B, when given that budget, don't know what to do with it. And this is what the story you get. And you're right, it should have been 18 million. If it was spent, they had spent 18 million on it. They should have spent less than that. If they had spent less 18 million on it, it probably would get a second season. But the thing is that
yeah, that's also the thing, is the budget was really bad.
Look, I'll say this. The Acolyte got a bump in episode 3, and that was because of us. You know, we were the best promotion for episode 3 of the Acolyte than anything Disney could have thrown out there. And we actually caused a rise in it. And because the show itself, the story itself could not sustain itself, it imploded and it went downhill from there.
That's actually true. The Film Threat did say that the 3rd and 4th episode was going to destroy Star Wars, and everyone was excited to see how bad it was going to get. We were all excited for how bad it was going to be. We're like, oh, let's see how bad this actually is. So it's actually true. They did help. They promoted it better than Disney did.
And that's the only thing you can say as to who was right about the quality of the show. People just didn't watch it. Because if it was as good as you say, and if, you know, why didn't the black audience, seeing themselves on screen, why didn't they support the show? Because they knew it was crap.
Well, you know what? We're also not going to get more Acolyte toys. Here they are.
Oh,
for $19.99, you can get a Jedi Master Soul lightsaber and the other Acolyte toys. Right now, they should be flying off the shelf because they are collectible. And this will be a footnote in a couple years, maybe even less time. It will be a footnote that, hey, remember that series, The Acolyte? Do you have any Acolyte toys? I'm serious. These will be rare. They may end up being collectible. The toys. Let's go to your comment.
Oh, hold on. Let me just show you one more toy thing here.
Please.
So this is so Walmart is still pre-ordering Acolyte action figures.
They're on pre-order.
They're on pre-order still, and unfortunately, Jackie has been down priced to $19.97 instead of the $24.97 that the rest are getting. Yeah, looks like this OSHA action figure was $30. Now it's $25. So look, it's still on pre-order.
Wait, Alan, I have an idea. Chat, and I'm not making a joke. Film Threat will do season 2 of The Acolyte with action figures.
You're gonna buy all these?
ChatGPT will write the script. You think I'm joking?
I don't think you're joking.
Glenduccio, we will do a short series, season 2 of The Acolyte on the Film Threat YouTube channel, done with action figures and AI. That's a good use of AI. In the chat, tell us if this is something you wanted us to do. Atomic Glory, let's do a poll. Should Film Threat make season 2 of The Acolyte with action figures and AI? Should we do it?
Well, here's the problem.
The response is overwhelmingly positive. I will green light.
Okay, so here's the problem. Here's the problem you're running into.
Alan, I'm as serious as a stroke. I'm telling you right now, I'm serious.
And that's why you're not thinking
Atomic Glory. Let's get the poll in there, and
this is going to be hilarious.
And we will abide just like we did Critics Court, just like we did the funeral. we will do season 2.
Yeah, but you're forgetting only three of the characters survived.
No, it's science fiction. They brought back Spock. They brought back Spock. I'm bringing back Jackie. I'm bringing back Master Torben. Season 2 of The Acolyte is coming to Film Thread.
All right, so so if we by the way, Wukong, it's at 2.4 million people watching it. I mean, yeah, playing the game. Players right now, 7 hours ago is 2.4. Right now it's like 340, but all time, that's insane. 2.4 million people have been playing this game. And thank you, IGN, for trying to hit piece this. Okay. I was just going to touch on. How's Dustborn actually? How is that doing? 83. 68 playing it now. 75, 24. Yeah, that's not going too well, Mike. Okay, now you want to see some actually good fight scenes? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that actually. Okay. Let's just do this. Yeah, there's some. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, it's probably going to break Friday or at least Saturday. Probably maybe Saturday because it's weekend, so there might I don't know, maybe 5 million, but it definitely will break at least 3 through the weekend, if not before. But and the TDS the game is at only 83. It's gonna barely break 100 players. So okay, we're gonna watch this. Actually, no, that's really long. Okay. Let me just get rid of this real quick. So what do we got? Any other trailers coming out? Check. Oh, right. Let's take a look at the trashy Star Wars game. If I can, find the trailer actually. Oh, here we go.
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
What, like first person like this game? I'm joking. Obviously, this game looks bad. Oh, you're gonna copy the Boba Fett and Cad Bane scene from the.
This is your one shot. A safe filled with 157.
Of course they did.
7 million credits, and I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out? This job, it's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
You want to live? Get in with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
I'm in.
Oh, okay, music. Yeah, the music looks fine. Sounds fine. The game looks bad. I mean, graphics look better than last time, but still, no one's gonna. I mean, the deluxe and all the Ubisoft stuff. I mean, who's gonna want to play this game? I mean, no one's gonna want to play that. It looks bad. I mean, then you have Kingdom Come, the all these games that came out. I mean, is any of them interesting at all? Don't know. For Senate, gun guy. I mean, Lancaster. I mean, I guess we could. This looks. I guess that's the only other thing that's interesting is squirrel with gun. Houston breakout. Okay.
In a world of peace and tranquility,
This is SWAG Morning
homeowners will now hunt
are causing significant power outages.
A hidden truth lies beneath the surface. An ordinary rodent's fate is within his grasp. Now this squirrel is here to eat nuts and shoot some guns. And guess what? He's all out of nuts. Expect sandboxing, puzzle solving, and gun-slinging action in the platform epic you never knew could exist. Hold on to your nuts. The food chain's got a new hierarchy. Get ready for Squirrel with a Gun. Coming soon to Steam and Epic. And coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S this fall.
Okay, that looks actually fun, though. So, to end it, I mean, no, not. Yeah, there's, I mean, what? You got, although I do hope the Lord of the Rings thing is good. Because it's anime, it's animated by, yeah, exactly. Just stupid fun. I mean, that's all games are supposed to be, is fun, right? You're just supposed to have fun. No, nothing else, just having fun is all it is. Although I do, through the trailers I watched, this looks fun. That's the only thing and Rohan, I hope it's good. I really do. Because, I mean, because after the whole Rings of Power, I hope this is good, because if this isn't good, then there's Lord of the Rings probably has nothing good left. I mean, obviously not the books, obviously, but in terms of entertainment, I mean, it's an anime, so I mean, it's gonna be better than Rings of Power. That's not hard, but if this fails, I don't know, but I do hope it's good. Yeah, I mean, I can watch it again. It's an anime, so it's made by people from Japan. Yeah, I did see the trailer, and from it looks, it does look a little concerning, but I'm willing to may wait until it something worse, because just for the trailer, it looks like she's wants to fight, but they're not letting her.
All Middle-earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring. But 200 years before that,
Riders of the Mark! Brothers of Rohan!
there was an older tale.
Arise!
Exactly.
We come with an offer to strengthen Rohan.
Hera, daughter of Helm, I, Wolf, seek your hand in marriage.
Our fathers speak as if I were not even in the room. I do not want to marry you.
You do not seek an alliance. You seek a throne.
The Mulan one still hurts, because I actually wanted that movie to be good, but it was worse than just bad. It was just forgettable.
You will live to regret this, old man. He's dead. You will pay for this with your life.
The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone. Fire!
There's so many of them. I pledged to fight for my king.
You know nothing of war.
I'm the fastest rider you have. People need hope, Hera. Something to believe in.
My pride, my joy. You could rule the world.
You think I am afraid of you?
You should be.
What does Mordor want with rings?
So, I hope. That's what it looks. It looks kind of concerning, but I'll wait till the more comes out, or I watch until the movie comes out. Then I'll, if it's bad, or actually Krill bossy and makes it, then I will say so. But for now, it looks like she's just the first writer that they have, and they don't want to, because women, I mean, because back then women weren't allowed to fight, and also they were. So, I mean, then you have this. Wait, where is it? Right here.
얼음돌을 푼 거다. 너의 탄수밥은 고작 한 방울밖에 못 만드는 거냐? 죽은 몸으로 혼이 돌아왔으니 너 또한 나와 같은 환웅이다. 세상 사람들에겐 너도 나와 같은 괴물이야. 할 말 더 있어? 그럼 빨리 해. 그 한 방울이 엄청나게 아플 거거든.
Alright. I mean, that's better than anything Acolyte could do. Yeah. I mean, it's also Rohan is one of the most loved parts of Tolkien. And it's like a story basically of Hellhammerhand and how the horn became to be and stuff like that. I mean, Tolkien made this because England did not have his own mythology, and he decided to make his own mythology. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, it was to make I hope not, because if that is the case,
성의 술사들을 베고 다닌 그림자 살수 낙수가 바로 너요. 낙수.
if they do that, yeah, I hope. Yeah, I think it's a movie though. I hope it's good, because if it's not, I don't know. I hope they don't destroy it, but we will see. I mean, this show is better than Acolyte for sure. Hello, Sophie. Do you see what I'm showing right now? Can you tell what I'm showing people? Why not? You don't want a season 3? Why don't you want a season 3? Come on. Explain to me this. Explain why you don't want a season 3. Explain this. I mean, it was a good ending. I don't think so, but honestly, it had a perfect ending to where season 3, it really doesn't make sense for a season 3. And it basically ended, so there's not really a reason for a season 3, but there are some things that I would have preferred happen that didn't, but I understand what they did. Yeah. Hey! Don't insult me. But this entire fight scene is better than the Acolyte altogether. I mean, I wish that season 2 they had her fight in Meanie. I do wish season 2 she had the yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. Although I do wish season 2 they were her fighting like this scene did. But I do understand why they didn't, because for her it wouldn't make sense after everything that happened in season 1 for her to go back to being a fighter again. Especially what happened at the last episode. Would probably is the reason she didn't do it, because of what happened. That it pains her too much. Alright, Sophie. See ya. I'm about to end it anyway. Alright, I'm gonna end it here after a conversation with our Sophie over here. I'm gonna end it, and I will see you all next week on Monday, which is gonna be video Monday and Tuesday, and then this time again Thursday. So I'm going to end it here and see y'all next week.
Welcome to the Blizzard Arena.
And the quest for a champion begins today.
The anticipation has been building, and it is finally time. We are live.
Is it really? Can you get over the roof there?
Oh my.
Oh my,
what a play, what a grab!
Another jump here on the high ground. Super goes forward, but gets stuck off. The EMP comes in, and ding, he rains down hell from above. Here comes Pine. Gets one, gets two. Looking for a bit more, gets another one. Tuno down again. That heralds disaster generally for the fusion, and Carpe wasn't far behind. Prophet, he's killed 4 players now on his own. Vancouver locks him in the sound barrier. Sound is huge. There's a bomb coming in from China. Oh my God! He does it again.
Flutter now moving onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot and the headshot and the headshot.
Okay, I like this for the Gladiators. We're gonna try and circle around. I call this the merry-go-round because it makes me laugh, makes me happy, and Sean Paul switches to the Widowmaker at just the right time! Oh! The Raven!
best jersey in the world.
You could have told me that you spoke English, honestly.
The fans never thought they'd see this day. It took 43 matches. Feels like a really emotional moment here.
Sorry.
All right. See you all next week. Cheers.